Moses joined me for a first look at sports, and of course today is a big night for the Lloydminster Bobcats just because it is going to be the last time they do a road trip. On the road tonight, final one this season.
Well, it's good
Till
for
the playoffs.
us. That's good for us because
Yeah,
we get to see them a
action.
lot more towards the end. They have 5 games at the end of this, so good news for us Bobcat fans at home anyways. Well, you know what? They are on the road, Nairman, for their final 2 games of the regular season, taking on the Whitecourt Wolverines in back-to-back games. But the thing is, the Cats know if they come back home empty-handed, that is not an option.
There's just 7 games remaining till the postseason for the Lloydminster Bobcats. Riding a 2-game win streak to Whitecourt, the Cats look to wrap up their road schedule, hoping to gain more momentum before ending the season on a 5-game homestand.
We're going in there knowing we need points to stay ahead of some of those teams that are right on our case, Bonnyville and Sherwood Parks, and Whitecourt not too far behind. Plus the factor of getting some confidence, a little bit of momentum going into that final stretch at home.
We're going to need some big wins, kind of finishing off. And these are, like you said, our 2 last road games. So, I mean, I've never been in this situation before, really, as it being my first year, but I think it's pretty cool that we get to finish the majority of our season off with games at home.
The Bobcats have had success against the Whitecourt Wolverines, winning all 3 games at the Civic Center. However, it's been a different story on the road. In their lone meeting as a visitor, the Cats were blanked 4-0 and hope to turn the tide as the Wolverines may be a first-round opponent come playoff time.
Obviously for momentum and for everything else, getting in there and winning this weekend is going to be very, very important for us.
The more we play them, the more we're going to learn their systems, learn how they play. I think we know what we need to do to win the game, so hopefully we can go out there and get 2 wins.
Just 10 points separate 3rd from 7th in the North Division, and while some teams will be scoreboard watching and trying to collect as many points down the stretch, the Border City bunch say they're enjoying this kind of hockey.
It's extremely fun. Like, I'm really enjoying it. It's really cool because, you know, every game, like obviously every game means a lot, but you know that when you go out there, you know, it's a 4 points kind of game almost, and it's really interesting. It's a lot of fun.
You have to give everything you got. So we want 3rd. We've had 3rd most of the season, so we're going to try and stick with it, and hopefully we get it.
Also in action tonight, the Bonnyville Pontiacs. They sit 2 points back of the Sherwood Park Crusaders for 4th place in the North Division and 4 points back of Lloydminster for 3rd. So there's little room for error in that AJHL North Division. Now more from the Bobcats. The AJHL award nominees have been announced with a trio of Bobcats in the running. Grant Baker, Austin McDonald, and Gary Van Herway have been chosen as finalists. Now Baker is nominated for top defenseman. The stalwart blue liner is in his 3rd season for the Cats and has been the shutdown guy they've needed him to be this season. The Bobcats sitting in 3rd place, of course, in that North Division. Now McDonald is a finalist for the most dedicated player, and the proof is in the numbers. McDonald is having a career year with goals with 22, and soon to be with points is currently sitting at 37. He also leads the league with 6 shorthanded goals, and to no surprise, Gary Van Herway gets the nod for Coach of the Year for his job with the Orange and Black, leading them to a postseason berth. Now in Junior B, the Lloydminster Bandits are back in action tonight for Game 2 of their quarterfinal matchup with Vermilion. The Bandits look to keep momentum going from Game 1 after beating the Tigers 8-2 on Wednesday. 11 different players chipped in with at least a point. Chris Romanchuk led the way with 5. Game 2 goes tonight at Civic Center, 7:30. Now more action from the playoff variety, this time Bandit or Bantam AAA. The Charger North quarterfinals. The Lloydminster Universal Heat looked to extinguish the Fort Sask Rangers. The Heat did survive a scare Tuesday, sneaking out a 3-1 victory. In the month of January, things seemed to go from bad, to worse for the Lakeland Rustlers women's volleyball team. Losing match after match, it seemed they couldn't even buy a win. But in February, the Rustlers flipped the switch, winning their last 3 matches and seemed to be back on track just in time with a provincial spot on the line.
The bags are packed and the ladies are ready to go. The Rustlers head to Calgary for the 2nd time in 2 weeks, looking to earn a berth to provincials, something weighing on the mind of 5th-year Ashley Lang while having a chat with her coach and teammates.
I was telling Austin, I said, if we don't make it to provincials, I'm going to be brokenhearted. So we kind of had a big talk about that as a team too, and so it's exciting that we were able to pull it off, and hopefully this Saturday we get that win and go on into provincials.
Which the Rustlers could have missed out on if it wasn't for a 3-match win streak propelling them to the play-in games. The secret a change in approach that has their confidence sky high.
Just had to learn how to play to win instead of not to lose, and so it's a little bit different mindset when we go into the games now that we're expecting to win every point, not just going through it like without so much thought process.
I think it's shown us kind of what we need to do. We've kind of seen us lose in every situation, so nothing's going to come to a surprise. It's just been a relief that everything's come together and we've had consistency, and hopefully we can keep on being consistent.
We've definitely seen glimpses of it, like with our GP weekend and this past weekend, of like the team that we can be, and we're just striving to keep being that team every game we play.
Saturday, the Rustlers will face Lethbridge College, a team they haven't played against in 2 years. Going into the matchup with nothing but game tape, the Rustlers will do what they do best.
We're going to come in there and play as hard as we can, but we've also prepared ourselves. We've kind of figured out what they're going to do or what we think they're going to do, and we've worked on knowing them inside and out.
As long as we play our side and know what they're going to do, I think we'll do all right.
We've just been working like on our side, and so I think as it goes on, we'll just keep like working on what we can do to be better.